I am now seeing more of the people that are performing at Trump's inauguration. So you've got Nelly. How long ago did Nelly get caught trafficking crystal meth? Probably like 5 years ago, was it? Like I remember, like he got caught trafficking crystal meth, and then like all these people kept bringing him on stage with him. Like Taylor Swift was like, "Oh, you got busted trafficking crystal meth. Come on stage with me." And like it was like within 2 weeks of getting busted, he was on stage with Taylor Swift, and like a lot of people were like going like, "We're standing with Nelly," like after he got busted with meth. So he's performing. Rick Ross, I showed you the song "Drug Dealer's Dream," about like how like they're gonna clone his friend who got murdered and all that crap. And like they're using prostitute, or they're using like strippers to sell drugs. Next time we'll do it different. We won't use strippers to sell drugs. Sure. Yeah, you're not going to do sex trafficking with the drug dealing. All right, who else? Snoop Dogg got busted for trafficking or for selling crack, and he got arrested for murder. He has a song "Murder Was the Case" that I covered, Glass Roads. He's performing at the inauguration. Billy Ray Cyrus is like an embarrassment. Like that guy is so freaking embarrassing. Like, I mean, I think that, like, when you pick Miranda Lambert, it's like, you know that there's someone that wait, no, they didn't pick Miranda Lambert. They picked Carrie Underwood, and someone does like Carrie Underwood. Like, someone that cares about more than the fact that she's good looking. Someone does actually care about Carrie Underwood. Like, I think that female voices like that for music do not do twang female country music. So, what's her names? The Girls Gone Bible or whatever. We're gonna copy Girls Gone Wild. Wow, it got us into Trump's inauguration. All we have to do is call ourselves Girls Gone Bible. Sorry, Girls Gone Bible. You have to get dissed because, like, I have told you that guy traffics in children, and I've told you that, like, the FBI showed up to arrest me before reading this Bible. ALLA. Lord Satan, Ta'ata, Jukak. All right, so what am I talking about? What should I seduce Girls Gone Bible? I'm sorry for being mean to you guys. Maybe I'm not. Like if you are someone that goes, I don't believe in that Bible. That Bible's in Greek. Yes, it's like the oldest, but the oldest is actually in Hebrew. There are fragments of it. Well, like personally, like my opinion is like you are trying that hard to reject the name of Allah, and you're trying that hard to support this guy who is like this. It looks like everyone's fallen behind Trump this time. I mean, he's got Megyn Kelly. I've tried to contact these girls because my communications are censored. I can't communicate with the outside world. My finances are censored. I'm not allowed to have money. I bought a Septuagint, which is where I found Curious Allah, which is Lord Allah. I found Lord Satan Ta'ata, Jukak. So there's Curious Allah more than once, which is Lord Allah. I found Lord Satan. Like I have found like there's no way in the world anyone will ever tell me that I didn't find out the name of God. I saw this article today in the English news. Well, the name for Jesus was actually Yeshua Nasarena. Like, where did you see the name Yeshua Nasarena written down? Well, it's never actually been written down before. No, like we just made up the name that he would have been using. We just read the Hebrew. The Hebrew says it's Yeshua. So what we're saying is that there was this name in Aramaic that we've heard before. Yeah, that was the one, and that was his name. Like you've never heard of it. No one's ever heard of it. No one's ever written down this guy's name. That's the name. So I've like gone around trying to tell people the name. And I'm censored. Like when I go to churches in my area, like my brother's best friend was from New Life Church, where Ted Haggard's from, like the biggest mega church. It's always on TV. Like he was the school principal there, and and he was involved with changing kids' ages to turn the girls into sex traffickers. I try to talk to him about that. Don't try to talk to those girls about that. It's such an honor to follow Donald Trump. He's got the Holy Spirit. Sean Foot. Like, if there's anything that exists is how much I passionately hate Sean Foot. But I'm like, oh, he's got the Holy Spirit, he's got Yeshua. But then I'm someone that will write a song So it's like, I just have to believe in the Holy Spirit. You have to believe in the Holy Spirit. There's nothing like hating the Christians so much because of what they think is good. Like, it's hard to explain. Like, don't tell me you think Donald Trump is moral. Don't tell me you think that guy's a Christian. I've had the feds, like, harassing me like crazy because I'm against that guy. Like, Christians, like KJ52, is someone that's not allowed to be popular because he might be, like, don't take that guy off a leash. Like, it's hard to explain. Like, I have a feeling that, like, that guy probably isn't the biggest Trump fan, which is why financially he's screwed. Like, but, like, if you're a Trump fan, if you're evil, like, tell me you're a Christian who believes Donald Trump's a serious Christian. You're not a Christian. Like, I'm sorry, but, like, I know you guys are Christian. Like, you're an embarrassment to Christians. Like, that's like, I think that, like, I can't help but want to talk too much right now because I need to, like, be able to go figure out how to, like, show someone this. But what happens is, like, the court won't let me, like, get off probation because they're afraid of me leaving the state. Because what I'll do the moment I get off probation is, like, I will drive from church to church to church outside of my state because my state's child molesters. Like, I go to church and I look around and people are looking like children that are supposed to be adults, and, like, I get banned for talking about how my age was changed by sex traffickers. I have shown a picture a million times to people. My age was changed by sex traffickers. But, like, don't tell the churches in my area that. Like, I think the Christian church is that involved with molesting children. Because the little child can't talk about it. Like, they're embarrassed about the fact that they had sex when they were 4 years old. Like, they don't know they're 4. They think they're 15. But they were 4 when they were having sex. And, like, all I'm saying is, like, I approved, like, that this is what the Bible's actually like, because that is the Bible. That's the real Bible. I can't talk to those girls about it. They've got to go with Trump. Trump wants to put him in front of millions of people. Trump wants to make you so important. Do you know how much I want to make you important? You're stupid. You're an embarrassment. You say you're a Christian, you support Trump? You publicly support Trump when you say you're a Christian? What's his favorite Bible verse? Well, definitely, don't turn the other cheek. Like, you know, what is it? An eye for an eye. That's Trump's favorite verse. Like, just ask him, what's your favorite verse? Well, an eye for an eye is a good one. It's probably my favorite one. Yeah, probably. She knows that's acceptable because he wants to bribe her. So, like, does Satan bribe you? Like, I'm just saying, like, you guys are that embarrassing, and I know I'm being mean to you, and, like, and everyone's gonna go, no, maybe they're Christians. They're embarrassing. Like, you can be a Christian, and someone might need to tell you, you are an embarrassment. Jesus thinks that you are an embarrassment. Jesus is embarrassed of you. Like, he can't stand you. I don't even watch her. I've never watched the show. Like, I watch the beginning of it, and then I always go, I don't even know if you really believe in God. Like, that, like, if there's anything you can start joking is about something that's, like, not, like, even slightly new agey, and be like, oh, yeah. Like, and then I start going, are you even a Christian? Like, I mean, like, it's very hard to believe that the Trump crew, who Trump wants to put in front of everyone, is an actual Christian. Because I know, like, I know a lot of you guys are actual Christians, but you're. The final thing I'll say, which I don't know why I'm even talking about these stupid girls, because they're embarrassing. Like, it's like why do I want to talk about someone who's so stupid or evil? Like, you're either evil or stupid, but then, like, Tiffany is she stupid? She sounds embarrassing. Like, you don't understand. Like, I'm sitting there going, like, I'm in my head going, oh, I mean, of course I'm gonna just marry her, but I think she's stupid. And there's nothing I can do about it. I think she's stupid. I think she's embarrassing. I think the way she talks about God is embarrassing. And that's why I got so mad yesterday, because it's like, oh, great. I signed on with the embarrassing person. And everyone knows that she's got the Holy Spirit like crazy. She's the best singer. She's singing those songs. They know that's the Holy Spirit. That's what we need to be like as Tiffany. That's a godly, virtuous woman. When, like, if there's anything that exists is, like, the clone of God, Amendia, that looks at you and goes, well, I mean, sure, I can marry you. I mean, apparently you're my wife. You're that talented. You're that good looking. But it's embarrassing. But it's okay. I like Meg got embarrassing. Did Meg get embarrassing when I liked her? Yes. Meg gets embarrassing. The autism stuff, like with the way with like the whole thing, like with the views on plastic surgery. She got embarrassing, but I accepted it. Like, but then like Tiffany, it's like, well, that's an embarrassing person to like. But then she knows she's a hero. She knows she's normal. She knows it's acceptable the way that like she talks. But it's embarrassing. But it's still like okay. Like it's okay that you're like that. Like I know you've been trained to be like that. I know you've been trained to talk like that. Like I know what happened is Satan's followers, like she is trained by them. She's trained in Satan's form of Christianity. Because she's going to be the hero of everyone because she's the best singer. She's been cloned for her voice. And they know they can't turn her into a sex trafficker. I don't think they can. I think they can make her a singer. And that singer can push a form of Christianity that is so freaking evil. And that's like that's the real thing. Like if you're not following the evil Christianity, you're banned. If you're showing people the real Bible, like the real Bible that's curious of law, say Lord of law, like if you're following the real Bible, you're not allowed. The real Bible's Aramaic. Well, it would have been in Aramaic, but Jesus couldn't write in Aramaic. He wrote in Greek, and then suddenly they translate everything. It's like it's not like Sam Altman's our hero. Like right now, like open the news, Sam Altman, but he molested a 3-year-old. I've been a little hard on Tiffany, but like, is Rainbow Satanica embarrassing? Like, is it embarrassing to plan to be sexually involved with Rainbow Satanica? Like, I've had moments where it was embarrassing, but like what I decided is like I love Rainbow Satanica, and like I've already decided, and like I want her around. And, like, I don't care, like, if it's, like, that awkward, how much she can look like a kid. Because it can be that awkward. It's that awkward. And the fact that, like, she takes pictures like that and stuff like that, that's, like, the real awkward part about it. Like, I'm fully aware, like, that, like, is one of those things that, like, I had to get over the embarrassment, specifically of the fact that she's making porn, especially about that. With Tiffany, like, the embarrassment's, like, it's not that bad. Like, it's not embarrassing. Like, I know it's, like I know, like, everyone's, like, that's a good decision. Like, when everyone's, like, this is a smart decision, then you're, like, yes, cool. Like, because they know that, like, she's normal. They know what the good is. She's got the Holy Spirit and everything. Like, they know that is what an ideal woman is. And do I think Tiffany is an ideal woman? I mean, she might be nice. She might be so nice that, like, it's fine. But, like, is she iron sharpens iron? Like, can she sharpen me? Like, I mean, maybe, like, she can encourage me to, like, not say something, like, to not fuck everyone or something. Like, if that's, like, a good thing. I mean, maybe she can encourage me to, like, make a more moral decision. But, like, like, I think that there's something in my head that wants me to go, Tiffany, you don't understand how much she wants to be at the inauguration right now with Sean Foot. Like, you don't understand. She would actually really, really like to be there. She's too famous, like, is what I heard in my head. She's actually too famous. That's the only reason she didn't go at all. And, like, when like, I mean, like, I have to, like, know, like, well, she doesn't fully grasp how much they rigged this election. Like, she doesn't understand, like, how evil these people are. Like, she doesn't understand, like, I mean, maybe she does understand. She didn't show up, but, like, Rainbow Satanica is not embarrassing. Like, Rainbow Satanica and I are she's who hangs out with me and laughs at those girls. Like, I mean, really, like that's kind of how I imagine it. Is like Rainbow Satanic and I hang out and we make fun of them. So I've been talking about this word cock, which like we were seeing in the Bible as Satan is cock, and like the lease is cock, and like and in the Christian Bible, what is cock? Well, they would say cock is like evil or wicked or something like that. But like they also like ignore all the forms of cock. So where is this picture taken? Well, it's actually at the top of. Oh man, I was trying to use it. I was like about to use it in a way that was like gonna like be more vulgar, but it's actually cock. So like there's cock and then there's my cock. Like and so like May is my like or of mine in Greek. So like May cock would be my cock. So but I don't know if this is cock or my cock. Like like what happened is I was trying to take the greatest picture of Colorado Springs in the history of the world because I decided to become a photographer. I was going to become a famous photographer, and I think I almost did. Well, no, I'm Spy Studios. I'm like a super famous photographer, and I'm like I was already like so famous before I started doing photography. But I decided to do a picture of Colorado Springs, and so I had to take a picture at the top of my cock. Well, may cock, means my cock in Greek. So, like everyone knows that cock pictures are the best for becoming very popular with your friends and with all the girls you know on the internet. So as long as you share pictures of may cock, then like you will become successful. You share pictures of may cock. Okay. Dick pics are probably like one of those things that like really won't like help you ever in life. Like if you're sharing a lot of dick pics, you might be not doing that good at life. But I think that there are some communities where people I don't know like how often like people share their dick pics. Like I think that some people are just like, hey, here's some titties, and then someone goes, oh, well here's my dick, and then everyone's like, oh, well, that's kind of how the dating process works. I'm not sure if, like, a lot of you guys' relationships are like that a lot, so I don't want to diss on it, because there's nothing wrong with it, but this is a picture of, I think it's cock, but it's Gog, because it's Gog and Magog. Like, did I ever tell you that? Yeah, because Gog would be, because the gamma is a cough in Arabic, because of Ikra logos, so it'd be cock. Do I think Taylor Swift is an example of a virtuous woman? I think in all probability, like I think like she probably actually is like an example of like what I would say is a virtuous woman. And do I think Meg is an example of a virtuous woman? Like I think Meg like is currently exhibiting the behavior of what looks like a virtuous woman to me. And so like I don't know, it's hard to not go. I see this painting, and like I know that they're trying to trick me into, like, they're trying to trick my clone into being into Meg, or Taylor Swift, or Lizzie, but especially Meg, and because they want to convince me that I'm the other guy and that I'm important, when really like I would never be important in their society. Like it would have to be them. So like, but do I think Tiffany's a virtuous woman? Like I think that like what I think I should view as a virtuous woman is someone that like I want to naturally date, but it doesn't like. But I think that given the situation, like I said, like Meg has like had some issues with her related to the mafia, and so like her being a virtuous woman probably has been a process because the mafia wants her to not be virtuous. But I like when I say that she's like a clone of like Satan's wife, and like Taylor's a clone of Satan's wife. Like you don't understand. Like I mean, he really was that important. Like in like that important of a clone community, he had that good of wives. And so, like, it's hard to not think that he had that good of wives. And it's hard to not think that I have, like, better wives. And so, like, when I start thinking that Tiffany is my actual, like, is a clone of, like, my wife, it's like, she's probably actually pretty incredibly virtuous. But for me, what she's teaching, what she's expounding, is the opposite of virtue, because it's the opposite of wisdom. Because, like, true wisdom is, like, very questioning. Like, the nature of wisdom is questioning. But the nature of wisdom is not letting people know you're questioning them also. Because, like, a lot of the time, like, I really don't trust you. You will never believe how much I make sure you, like, I do not ever indicate that I'm not trusting you. Because I know you like, that it's important that, like, I indicate that I trust. I kind of woke up in the middle of the night and started saying stuff. I think I don't know exactly what I said. I haven't listened to it, but it kind of reached the point where I was saying that, like, Tiffany is not like there's the Proverbs woman, right? That's what the Christians talk about. Do I care if you're a Proverbs woman? It's good. Like, that is good. It can be good. Like, I also believe that, like, a virtue is high-mindedness versus humility. Like, I think that, like, this, like, it is very critical to know when you're good. And if you know when you're good, like, there's nothing wrong with knowing that you're good. Like, for me, like, it is critical for me to go around and say, I'm a genius. Hey, I'm a genius. Nice to meet you. I'm a super genius. I'm the smartest person in the world. You're the smartest person in the world. Yeah, I live right here. I'm not allowed to have money because I am a child sex trafficking victim that was cloned by people that are very, 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 very evil gangsters. I got moved to this area because I am getting put in jail and being disappeared. I got moved here literally to murder me, and then I made a big fuss, so it's very hard to murder me. So, I think the virtues are complicated. So does Tiffany have phronesis? Phronesis, like, what I would say is that, like, phronesis and justice both have a penetrating understanding of the situation. And the ability to have a penetrating understanding of the situation depends on education, and it depends on, like, literal knowledge. Like, you cannot have phronesis or dikaiosune without actually having, like, massive amounts of knowledge. Like I could not accomplish phronesis or dikaiosune if I hadn't spent, like, years memorizing vocabulary words after college. Like, when I say years, like, literally, like, I think I spent, like, 2 years memorizing vocabulary words, which enabled me to read documents that I read. And by reading documents I read, I have gained wisdom that allows me to have a strong sense of justice, to have true justice, to be, like, such an incredibly just person. And clearly, a person that, like, has phronesis and dikaiosune would never, ever, even silently be on Trump's side as a Christian. You might be on Trump's side as a non-Christian, because you might go, okay, well, practically, like, as a practical person, yeah, pick Trump. Like, he sounds like he has it all together, right? If I were to say that Tiffany Hudson has been really working on her righteousness, like, you can tell that Tiffany is very righteous. Like, she's trying to become more righteous. Would that be a good thing? Would that mean that she's more virtuous? That means that she has more dikaiosune. Like, I think clearly, like, someone that doesn't, like, even slightly grasp Greek is someone that, like, really accepts righteousness in the Bible. Like, I mean, it's crazy to me if you accept righteousness, because that's justice in Greek, and so it's dikaiosune. Like, I feel like Andrea is one of those. Like, is that virtuous? Like, I think that, like, in the Christian perspective, it's very not virtuous, and from my perspective, it's not virtuous. Like, but I do think that, like, poverty, like, I can't remember if it's Ali or Ben Franklin or, like, every single person, like, that's smart, who explains, like, who explained, like, that, financial situations force people into non-virtuous situations, or into like immoral actions, and like the secret to causing someone to lose their dignity is like causing them to have extreme poverty because they can't even like handle their food. Like right now, I'm so poor right now, like because like I'm not allowed to make money because the cops decided that I'm not allowed to make money because I'm a sex trafficking victim. And so like I could become less virtuous, but like I'm trying to stay virtuous. All right, so but really though, like I mean, I do think that like Rainbow Satanica, like her virtue, has like an innate goodness, like there's like an innate sweetness to you, and like I think that like there's an innate like virtue tendency for certain people. Like certain people have a tendency towards being more virtuous, and those people are people that people tend to like. They like having them around them because they trust them, they respect them, and I think that like your knowledge, like it's hard to explain how like I can trust Lady Gaga's opinion a lot more than Tiffany's on a lot of things, but like on certain things I might definitely trust Tiffany more.